What's poppin', peeps? Your boy T Money here. Wednesday evening, late night. I just tried recording this like 5 or 6 times, but my brother is just so fucking annoying. He's snoring in the other room. So I had to come in here. I apologize for the dim lit lighting and everything. I just did it in black and white because it just looked really grainy in color. So that's my reasoning for that. But the reason why I'm here is because 80's Film Fan tagged me in a slasher tag, which was created by the Horror Man, and I was obliged to take part in this. So thank you both guys for creating this and for allowing me to do my part. Now, the question was slasher films in general, but I chose, and they could not be, I think, remakes, especially for the first question. But I decided to stick with modern slasher films just for the sake of a lot of the films that I like from the 80s have already been covered in this. So I just wanted to kind of do something different and maybe stir up some ideas. If anybody hasn't seen any of these films, turn you on to something you may not have seen before. That would be great as well. So without further ado, let's get into this. So the first question in the video response, which is an 8-part question, is my favorite standalone slasher. So my favorite modern standalone slasher has got to be Charlie's Farm. Really love this film. It's from 2015. It's an Aussie slasher. The killer in this, Charlie, is just a really... He's got like a very unique screen presence. He's very big and powerful and intimidating and monstrous, and I just love him. The kills in this movie are awesome. The setting on Charlie's Farm is great. The fact that you get small role from Kane Hodder is amazing. A cameo like type deal, but it's more than a cameo. A small role from Kane Hodder, and then also what's his name from The Devil's Rejects, of course. Why am I blanking on his name? Otis Driftwood. You guys know who I'm talking about. Anyway, he has a cameo in the film as well, so it's awesome. I love Charlie's Farm. Probably my favorite modern slasher. Next up, the second question was favorite mask in a slasher. I couldn't find All Hallows Eve 2. I would have used that just because I have this movie's going to come up again, but it definitely has to be Art the Clown from Terrifier. I mean, just look at that. I mean, does it get much better than that? That makeup effects, it's not really a mask. I think it's more makeup, prosthetic effects, but we'll count that as a mask. It's a freaky-ass clown. I mean, shit. So yes, that's definitely the scariest. So you could either go with All Hallows Eve, Art the Clown from All Hallows Eve, or Art the Clown from Terrifier. The third one, my favorite kill in a modern slasher. I had kind of a toss-up between 420 Massacre. This is a brand new slasher film. There's a kill involving a bong hit where this chick is taking a hit out of a bong, and the killer comes up from behind her, shoves her head through her mouth, or through the bong, pulls the bong out, finishes the hit. The killer finishes the hit, blows the smoke in the air. It's fucking amazing and funny and great, and it was really pulled off. I think it was pulled off quite well. I mean, it looked freaking pretty real. So that one's awesome. And then for a toss-up, I have Windmill Massacre. This is from 2015, I believe. Another really cool slasher film with definitely a runner-up for the mask of the killer in this movie is pretty awesome, too. But for this one, the first kill in this movie, where he uses his, like, scythe or whatever it is, and he swipes off the dude's feet, and then he proceeds to step on his head and squish it, and you just see all the brains and all the matter, just like, it's very gruesome. So it's a really cool kill too. So we'll go with 420 Massacre, bong hit kill, and then the head squishing from the Windmill Massacre. It's kind of like a double. It's like a sweep. Cut your feet off. What do you call those things that a Grim Reaper has? It's like a scythe, right? It's like a scythe. Anyway, that and then the head squish. So really cool. Question number 4 is your favorite setting in a modern horror film. Well, again, I'm making this modern, but favorite setting in a slasher film. For me, it's going to be Lost After Dark, just because this is very throwback. I was going to pick Just Before Dawn because I love my wilderness slashers. They're my favorite, and the scenery in that movie is awesome. So I guess if I had an older runner-up, it would definitely be that. But this one I love because it's like in an old abandoned farmhouse, dilapidated farmhouse. It's just really cool, fun setting. Group of kids. The school bus breaks down. They stumble across this old dilapidated farmhouse, and the killer lives inside. So it's really cool, creepy. I love the setting of that one. Question number 5 is your favorite final girl. Probably this was a tough one for me, but I went with Audrey Miller, who is the sister of Marcus, estranged sister of Marcus Miller, who's the killer in The Orphan Killer. She just is an amazing final girl, I mean, she's a survivor. The scene at the end of the movie where she's dragging her body up the steps and pulls up. She just like goes through so much abuse and destruction from this menacing killer. And then, she doesn't quite save the day at the end, but she like, the scene where she's like squeezing his head and the blood is gushing out of it. It's just brutal. So I give Audrey Miller props for being a fucking fighter and a survivor in The Orphan Killer. So that's that one. Question number 6, most overrated slasher. Another tough one. You guys might hate me for this, but I have to go with Final Girls. A lot of people really, really love this movie. It got a lot of hype when it first came out. Not a fan. It really bored me. I thought it was really cheesy. I just couldn't get into the whole like reality side of it, like the fact that they're on camera but it's happening now type deal. There was something I just did. This movie didn't click for me at all. I didn't like it. I didn't get the humor. I didn't like the story, the setting. I didn't like the story first and foremost. So yeah, it's like it's been done before. It's like a bunch of people or actors and actresses, and then they become like whatever they're filming becomes a reality type deal. It's hard for me to remember, but I remember this getting a ton of hype, and I really just didn't dig it. I couldn't get down with it. So that's that. I know I'll probably get some shit for that one. And number 7 is the most underrated modern slasher film I chose. Again, I chose modern. It's underrated slasher film. I could say that till I'm blue in the face. But for me, for modern, Lake Nowhere. I love this movie so much. It's only 60 minutes long, but it is fantastic. If you guys haven't seen this movie, get it. Pick it up, please. It's independent, but it's high class. It's released by Brink Vision. It's about a group of like 20-somethings, 30-somethings, younger adults, and they basically just go to this camp by a lake, very reminiscent of Friday the 13th type deal. And it's a supernatural slasher, so it blends your stereotypical like Jason Voorhees like part 2 sack face killer type deal with supernatural elements in the water of the film, hence the title Lake Nowhere. But it's a really, really fun film. The kills are really good. It's almost like a zombie slasher film in a way, and I really, really dig it. It incorporates Halloween, fall, leaves on the ground, pumpkins. It's like kind of like late in the year. I guess it takes place right around Halloween time at a lake, so it's cold, but I just love this movie. Check it out, guys. If you haven't seen it, please. Lake Nowhere. Highly recommend it, and it's totally underrated. Last but not least, my favorite slang in a modern slasher, I've got to give it to Terrifier. The trapeze upside down vaginal slice with the saw, not chainsaw, but with the saw, the old school, I forget what you call it, but yeah, a woman gets strung upside down, spread eagle, and Art the Clown proceeds to slice her with a saw from vagina up. So it's pretty gruesome, and I would say it definitely takes the cake for the most, what was the word for this one? I forget the way it was questioned, but it was like kind of like a sexual murder, something like that. I'm drawing a blank on the exact terminology, but it definitely takes the cake for that one. So that's that. So guys, that's my list. Just to go over it one more time. Favorite standalone slasher, Charlie's Farm. Favorite mask in a slasher, Terrifier, Art the Clown. Favorite kill, 420 Massacre bong hit kill, followed by a runner-up of the scythe and the head squishing from Windmill Massacre, aka The Windmill. Question number 4, favorite setting, Lost After Dark. Favorite final girl, Audrey Miller from The Orphan Killer. Number 6, most overrated slasher, The Final Girls. Number 7, most underrated slasher, Lake Nowhere. And number 8, the most gruesome sexual kill, Terrifier, Art the Clown, and the upside down vaginal slaying. So guys, thanks for watching this. And I will catch you on the flip side. Thanks again, 80s horror fan, 80s film fan, and the Horror Man for tagging me and creating this damn thing. Catch y'all soon. I'm going to tag somebody, but it's going to be a mystery, so I will let you know when you find out. Peace.